Hello, hangry Theo.
I'm not hangry.
You are hangry as fuck.
Sorry.
You're so hangry.
I'm sorry.
And yelling at me, and I love you.
I didn't yell. I said nothing was wrong.
We were just at the museum.
Yeah.
And it was very quiet in there.
I liked that. That was
nice.
nice.
And I burped really loud.
Oh my god.
And it was embarrassing.
I didn't hear it, and I was next to you, so.
I don't know if anybody did hear it. We just saw the... What a stupid way to, roll into. What was the title of that exhibition again? It's slipping your mind.
No, I know it was called, but...
It's okay. I'm not going to talk about that in a silly, goofy way. I was going to make some sincere remarks about that show.
Okay. We saw the new exhibition at the MFA, Hear Me Now, the Black Potters of Edgefield.
That was... So, to put it into an extremely oversimplified context, it was a series of ceramic pots and other ceramic or stone earthenware artifacts and art pieces. Some of them contemporary, but the majority of the exhibition were art objects made by enslaved African Americans. I think most of them were dated from the 1840s to the 1860s.
There were a couple that went back
earlier.
Oh, actually, maybe in terms of artifacts there weren't, but there were names and autobiographical info of people that were born or started working or were documented as early as the 1790s.
It was the most emotional and beautiful show in the world, because even just to think if we're going to talk about this, we're going to talk about this in a lot of different ways, but
yeah,
just one small piece of it, just right off the bat, the fact that those the ceramic, the pots, I couldn't make a small ceramic pot.
Yeah.
Or a fucking ceramic cup, let alone the fucking skill and expertise and strength that would take to make a pot that a fucking person could climb inside of.
Yeah.
Those are fucking massive. And I don't know, it seemed like a lot of them would be used for food storage or storage of goods or something along those lines, but...
Well, another thing, too, to add on to that point that you have to remember is that they didn't have, pre-processed clay or the tools that a potter might have nowadays. They were also processing the clay and, removing impurities and getting it from the land where they were.
They were probably literally mining clay from, riverbeds and fucking giant hand-dug holes and shit. That must have been fucking horrible.
Yeah, and takes a lot of knowledge to be able to do that correctly, to follow all the steps through to making the actual pot.
One thing I thought was interesting, I wish we had a book or a script of notes referring to the true facts about the exhibition, but we're kind of just off the cuff because we just left the museum, so we don't have the real accurate information about it. We just got one pass through it, and I think the exhibition literally just opened today. What is today, the 4th or 5th or something?
It was either, I think it was this weekend, so maybe 2 days now it's been open. Maybe this was the second day.
But, I mean, I would be, I feel in the earlier days of the podcast, I would just talk for, an hour straight about shit I didn't know about, we do that all the time, but I feel an exhibition like that's that serious about such a, profound topic, isn't really it deserves more than just shit talking off the cuff about it.
There's a lot of information online, and there's, I think, lectures and programming scheduled for the duration of the time the exhibition will be open with the curator, Ethan Lasser. There's also an exhibition catalog that I think should be available in the shop at the museum as well. You could take a look at if you're interested.
Yeah, so let's just say straight off the top of the show, if you're in Boston, my friends, and you are in the present day, go see that shit because it was cool.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll do a real episode about it in the future, but...
Highly recommend.
But for now, we just checked it out, and now we're driving.
Extremely moving exhibition.
Hey, Theo, where are we going to get food?
I don't know.
What do you want to eat?
I don't know.
Sushi?
Really?
Peanut butter and jelly?
What?
You
just started with sushi, and then you said...
Peanut butter and jelly sushi. What if we took a piece of white bread and rolled it with a dough roller until it was flat, cut it into strips, peanut butter and jelly into the bread, roll it up like a sushi roll, and cut it up, PB&J sushi.
Maybe I am hangry because that just made me irrationally mad at you. In a way that was completely unfair to you.
What was the last thing you ate?
Not much, because you ate my lunch. Which is why we're in
all
this
right,
position.
so we were sharing
actually.
a bag of pita chips over
And
some
hummus. And a
just
banana and an apple
chit-chatting
and a
eating
scone.
the pita.
And you ate the whole scone and all the chips except for like 3.
You said you didn't want any of the scone.
Then you ate all my pita
Just eat
chips.
the scone.
Then you ate all my pita chips.
I thought you
And
were
half the
eating
banana
them.
and almost all the hummus.
I was withdrawing a chip from the bag, scooping hummus, eat it. And I thought we were eating at a similar pace. But according to you,
I had 3 chips.
you've alleged that I ate a majority of these chips while you yourself only ate the meager sum of 3 chips.
And then I said, wait a minute, are there still more chips? And you said, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. You can have all the rest of the chips. And I looked in and there were crumbs. It was just a bag of crumbs.
You are really painting an evil picture of me right now.
And then you hit me.
And then I fucking punched you in the face. Shut the fuck up! Eat the crumbs! Right in the middle of the museum. And then everybody clapped.
And everybody clapped. And John Green was there.
John Green was there.
He reblogged it.
He reblogged it, yeah. Oh my god. So, peanut butter and jelly sushi.
No. Do you actually want to get sushi?
Goat cheese and jelly. Peanut butter soup. Just chicken broth with scoops of peanut butter scooped into it. Meatloaf made with mustard instead of ketchup. I'm trying to just list the worst food ideas I could possibly list right now.
I'm broken.
Hey, do you want to answer some questions from our listeners?
Are we going to make them up this time?
No, this is a real one. I have it written down right here. This is from Ashley from Ohio. Ashley writes, Dear Brian and Theo, I've been shopping around at every art and craft store looking for the perfect pen for my ink and watercolor drawings, but I just can't settle on any specific brand. Do you recommend a good type of pen? Sincerely, Ashley from Ohio. Theo, what do you think of what kind of pens do you think Ashley from Ohio should check out here?
Does it say anything about the kind of work that Ashley does?
She included a link to her Instagram, and it seems that she mostly draws anthropomorphic goats with snake phalluses.
That's
wearing
like the main
laurels.
crux of it. Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah.
That sounds really cool. You guys should all follow Ashley from Ohio on Instagram.
Link in bio.
Link in bio. I personally love a good Sharpie. That's my go-to, is the dual-tipped Sharpie pen with the brush tip marker on one side and the fine tip pen on the other side. I also really like Faber-Castell fine... Wait, no, what am I talking about? That's not true.
I like Faber-Castell.
Faber-Castells are okay. That's not my go-to, though. That was Micron.
Yeah, you can't go wrong with a Micron pen. They're a little bit pricey, a little bit annoying. They're very fragile, so if you push down too hard, you ruin the whole marker. Pen.
Are Faber-Castells not more expensive than Micron? I think that they are.
They are more expensive, and in my opinion, I think they're better. I think they're a finer quality, but they also just might have a fancier name. I might just be...
that could be.
I might just be like, a victim of good advertising. I don't know.
They're also black and green, not beige. I feel like the beige Micron just looks so shitty. Beige sucks.
What is black and green? What are you talking about?
The Faber-Castell packaging and pens.
Oh, you mean like just the literal branding of the packaging is better for Faber-Castell?
Yes.
I agree.
Micron just, I don't know. I like their packaging, but the pens themselves are beige, and they look like mechanical pencils, kind of.
Mm-hmm.
And also, just to be like a complete hater, they also, when you use them for a really long time, there's this little ridge. It's like the pen itself where you hold it, and then right close to the nib, there's like a little plastic ridge. And I hold my pens really close to the nib for some reason, which I know you're not actually supposed to do. That's just how I learned to draw.
Mm-hmm.
And it gives you a really bad callus if you use it for too long, because it just doesn't have any kind of rubber thing over the little ridge. It's just like a Lego in your hand.
Yeah.
That's if you're doing fine line, super detailed pen and ink work for hours and hours and hours in a row. But that's 1 point off for Micron, actually.
I think we've helped out Ashley from Ohio here. Let's move on to our next question. This one is from Ryan. Ryan from Winnipeg, Canada.
All right. Wow, we have listeners in Canada.
Yeah, shouts out to Canada. Ryan writes in, Dear Brian and Theo.
Yeah.
I'm a tobacco user. I'm addicted to nicotine. But I'm trying to move away from cigarettes and cigars to a much more dignified and classy alternative,
Mm-hmm.
smoking pipe tobacco.
All
My
right.
friends don't really, they don't really vibe with it. They think I look stupid, but I think I look really cool. I have a antique corncob pipe, and I smoke delicious, nice smelling tobacco.
Mm-hmm.
But everyone hates me. How could you have any tips, any like fashion tips or behavioral tips or verbal tips to help me better incorporate my tobacco pipe into my persona and style?
What's his name? It's Ryan.
Yeah, this is Ryan from Winnipeg.
All right, Ryan. I would say just cut it out.
Cut out the pipe
Yeah,
smoking,
you probably look like a dweeb.
but he probably looks fresh as fuck, dude.
A corncob pipe.
Okay, let me ask you this:
A corncob pipe?
What is the best style for men's fashion to incorporate a corncob pipe? What do you have to wear to make it make sense? Because I feel like if you go out wearing like cargo shorts, Ed Hardy t-shirt, and like Etnies shoes, you get the corncob pipe? No way.
Can you even buy Etnies anymore?
You look, sure, probably. I mean, but like Etnies, Ed Hardy, you cannot have the corncob pipe.
Are we talking corncob like?
You're gonna need like a vape or something, or like a jewel,
Yeah.
like a counterfeit jewel pod with the Ed Hardy.
With the corncob pipe, are we talking like the classic visual of like it's yellow and looks like a corncob?
Dude, I'm talking. I don't fucking know what a corncob pipe is. I'm talking like Sherlock Holmes.
Oh, that's not a corncob pipe. Hold on. We're going on Google Images because this is really important.
All right, yeah. Actually, let's. We need the facts here. Jamie, pull up corncob pipes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is Jamie our internet guy?
Don't worry about it.
Okay.
That's a reference that you don't need to know.
That's
okay, that's not what I meant. I did not mean corncob pipe.
You? You mean Ryan? Ryan wrote corncob pipe.
Oh yeah, Ryan must not have. Okay, Ryan fucked up. He didn't mean that. He meant the Sherlock Holmes pipe.
All right, let's see what that's called.
How can you incorporate a Sherlock Holmes pipe? Yes, that. The Sherlock Holmes pipe. What do you have to wear? Are we talking pea coat? Are we talking trench coat? Are we talking Peaky Blinders hat? Or are we talking top hat?
Did you know that Sherlock Holmes had 3 different kinds of pipes in the actual text of the Arthur Conan Doyle books? He had a blackened clay pipe, which was referred to as his disreputable clay, an oily briar pipe, and a cherrywood pipe, and he would alternate between the 3.
I kind of fuck with that.
I do too. That gives some context to Sherlock Holmes.
Oily briar pipe.
Yeah,
all right.
But what was the question? Sorry, I got distracted.
What
outfit?
What kind of men's fashion style do you need to get away with smoking pipe tobacco out of a Sherlock pipe?
Oh, if you have a Sherlock pipe and you are like at least a moderately attractive person, I think you can get away with it way more than a corncob pipe. Corncob pipe?
Okay,
creepy. That's weird.
Forget corncob.
All right, well, that's fucked up.
Corncobs.
You can't do corncob pipe.
Okay, corncob is
Sherlock
out.
Holmes pipe?
So, Ryan, this is your first order of business. Drop the corncob.
Yeah, to go with Sherlock Holmes.
Go rip a Sherlock.
Ideally, the disreputable clay. I think that sounds like the best mode.
Okay.
I'm
more partial to oily briar.
All right, either one's fine.
But
you could do
really
with cherrywood, too.
Subjective choice.
I do think that you cannot go with the Sherlock Holmes outfit, though. To do that, you would look like a cosplayer, and you just can't go with that for a day-to-day wear. If I were to be smoking a tobacco pipe that looked like that, like we're picturing like the brown, like the kind of curly, you know what I mean? The Sherlock Holmes pipe.
Yep.
I think the best move would be to be wearing like cropped peg leg jeans with the bottoms rolled up.
That's good.
Some kind of shoe that is not a desert boot, like maybe a nice sneaker or something.
Like a New Balance.
I'm thinking like... So my go-to in my brain is black Vans, but that's kind of dated. Like something
Black
similar to that,
Vans?
though. You know what I mean?
Okay.
But just a low-key shoe that isn't dressy and isn't cash. It's just like in the middle.
You're losing me a little bit, but keep going.
Not super notable. Just like anything like mid-range. Okay, maybe like more accurate would be like low-top white Converse. That could be fine. With cuffed jeans. Shut up. And like a just like a maybe black or denim jacket. Just like your outfit should be very low-key but clean looking and modern, not like the trench coat hat kind of situation.
Okay, let me take a stab at this.
All right.
Okay, if you're gonna do the pipe vibe, okay, I think I'm gonna start with the shoes. No sneakers, maybe even nothing with laces. I'm gonna say you need some brown loafers.
Ew.
You need something leather.
What the fuck?
Or a strong boot.
All right, I could go with the boot.
Like a strong vintage black boot.
You know what? Actually, that's the best option. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that might be a good idea. As far as pants go, maybe just like, I don't know, slacks or like dress pants.
No.
Dress
With a black vintage boot. What kind of vintage boot are you talking about? Like a chimney sweep
just
boot,
like
or like
black
a?
boots.
But what does that mean? Like a combat boot, or like a lace-up boot, or like a Mary Poppins boot?
Fuck.
Like what kind of boot?
I don't fucking know.
I was picturing like a winter combat boot kind of
yes,
thing.
that's what I was picturing too. Like the
Okay.
boots you have. Like
All
your,
right, yeah.
like your black boots.
Okay, so if you're wearing combat boots, you're not wearing slacks.
Fucking just black pants. Just black dress pants.
I don't know about that.
Dude,
Tucked?
you're a hater. You're
Over
a
top
fucking
of the
hater.
boots, or
You're gonna fuck up Ryan's life.
are they tucked
After
in?
that, they need
No,
like
how are they styled? How are they styled?
tucked in. No. Above the boot.
So they're cropped.
Yeah, they're cropped.
All right.
Cropped
All
black
right.
pants above the boot.
Yep.
Dress pants. I mean, fucking dress shirt. Sleeves rolled up. Suspenders.
Hmm.
And you gotta shave your head. You gotta be fucking bald.
You know what? Honestly, could be
Sorry,
could be
beeping at
doable.
somebody. Yeah, you're gonna have to be bald. Shave that shit. Shave that dome.
Hmm.
Dress shirt, sleeves rolled up, suspenders.
I don't know
black
about bald. I
cropped
think
pants.
buzz cut, just like a slight
No, dude.
fuzz,
Nah, you're gonna
bleach blonde buzz cut.
You're gonna have to fucking nair that shit.
No.
I want a clean dome for that
No.
pipe.
Are you recommending the skinhead look? 'Cause it sounds like you are.
No. This is a non-political, non-ideological, subcultural shaven head.
With the combat boots and the
This
suspenders.
is an apolitical, non-punk bald head.
With the combat boots and the suspenders.
Yes. Fuck. Fuck. No.
This
I
is
didn't-
already a look, Brian. This exists already.
Yeah. All right. Fuck. That's not what I meant.
Fuck the suspenders.
How about we just ditch Ryan and you know what, Ryan?
Figure it out. Sorry.
You're fucking literally. The pipe is weird, dude.
Maybe
quit smoking. Just how about quit smoking? Go get a gym membership and save yourself from your weird fate of tobacco pipe smoking. The only way you can get away with being a pipe smoking tobacco guy is either if you're like a fucking librarian or you're 99 years old and you live in England.
I disagree. I think if you are very hot, you have to be attractive. So if you're not hot, drop it. But if you're really hot,
if you're ugly, get rid of the pipe.
Yeah, absolutely. But if you're hot and you dress like kind of alt, but not in like it has to be like a moody kind of thing. Like it's not like an attention seeking kind of alt. It's like I'm just like different.
I'm just different, bro. I'm built different.
I'm just like different. That's an important part. It's a functional word. Yeah.
Like different or built different?
I'm just like different.
Okay.
I'm built different is a completely different thing.
Built different means you like
No.
you like use supplements you bought on Amazon.
Yeah, built different is like illegal, douchebag. I'm just like different.
Or you're just
I'm just like different. No, stop saying that. No.
Okay,
Black combat boots. You were right. Black dress pants with a belt. Maybe a white dress shirt with the sleeves rolled up, kind of open at the top though, but not like actually open, just like maybe like one or two buttons down, like kind of like messy dressy, and maybe like a
Matt Healy haircut from the 1975.
literally yeah,
Yeah,
and maybe a bunch of black work tattoos,
black work tattoos,
but not horror themed.
no horror. No,
Yeah.
you got Dracula, Frankenstein. You're done, dude. Get rid of the pipe.
Yep, no
you
pipe
got
for you.
Dracula or Frankenstein, dude. You
Nah.
either need to quit smoking or just return to cigarettes.
Mm.
I think anybody can use the vape. Anybody gets vape.
Vaping is gross.
It's gross, but anyway, I don't know. All right, I think we've helped out Ryan here. You think so?
Yeah. It also depends what medium he does, though. Because I'm assuming he's an artist listening to this, and completely different rules if you're a sculptor than if you're a painter.
He actually wrote here that he is a independent roboticist.
Why is he listening to us?
I don't know.
Damn.
So
Well, get rid of the pipe
our
then.
next
That's
question is from Peggy from Monterey Bay,
All right.
California.
Very cool.
Peggy writes, "Dear Brian and Theo, I am planning to write a book
Okay.
about my experience hiking across America vertically. What is the best?"
Cows.
I'm like, this question sucks. Let's skip this one. Do you have a question?
My
Sorry, Peggy.
well, my answer to Peggy would be that she shouldn't be writing into us if she's just planning on writing the book. Gangsters move in silence.
Gangsters move in silence. So, okay, that's a more interesting question. If you're writing a book, should you be telling people about it? If so, why? If not, why?
If it's like
I'm an idiot.
3/4 of the way done, if it's like 80% done.
What if you got a draft done? You got one draft. Can you tell anyone about it? You cranked the first draft.
I think that any rule of like don't tell anybody this automatically includes exceptions for like your very close significant other and maybe like a couple best friends. Like people that are very, very close to you, fuck it, tell them whatever. But anybody that might be secretly preying on your downfall, or anybody who's going to ask you 6 months later like, oh, how's the book going at like a family party, don't tell them anything until it's published. And then keep the gray area in between at your discretion.
I would, it's similar rules for if you're trying to quit smoking. I don't think you should tell anybody that you're going to quit smoking until you have successfully quit smoking for like a couple weeks.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because if you tell people, after you just like threw your cigarettes in the toilet, you're going to be buying some like the next morning or that night. And so don't tell anybody if you quit smoking until you have crossed the nicotine detox hurdle.
And it's a similar thing because if you're telling people about a creative project and you don't like them enough for them to be someone who will hold you accountable later, don't tell them because they're going to ask you. Like if 2 years goes by and they're like, whatever happened with that book you started to write and it's going to make you want to kill them, don't ever tell them.
Right.
Because if you don't do it, nobody will know if you didn't tell anybody.
Okay. Yeah. So,
but if you're almost done and it's like in the last leg of publishing, then maybe you could generate some hype. That's fine.
Right. How do you generate the hype? How is she going to generate hype if she's on a hike across the country vertically?
She's writing the book during the hike?
Yeah.
It's not
like
after?
It's like a method writing. Method acting, method writing.
Instagram.
Hype
TikTok,
it up on
social
Instagram,
media.
TikTok
might be a nice move because maybe geographically.
Give us like a content sample for TikTok. What do you do if you're a traveling TikTok influencer? What's the content strategy?
We take hiking videos nonstop, obviously.
Okay.
Maybe some voiceovers about your book.
Okay.
Videos of you at weird places in America. I don't know.
Okay. All right. Next question.
Okay.
Is from Jerome.
Okay.
Writing to us from Somerville, Massachusetts. Oh, look, there's some cows out there.
Wait, they were close to the door when we walked by a second ago.
To the door?
They're going.
Oh, look at them cows.
Yeah. Oh, they have their heads pressed together.
Beautiful bunch of ruminants.
Aww.
Jerry writes to us from Somerville, Massachusetts. Dear Brian and Theo.
Yep.
I am starting an oral history documentarian project.
Okay.
I want to learn about my family history and create an audio library of my family stories before they're all gone. How do I start? What do I do? What's the best way to go about this? I think it really depends on what's the situation with the family, right?
Yeah.
Do they like to talk to you? Do you know all of them? Are they old or are they young?
Yeah.
What would you do? Like, if you were going to start an oral history project on your family,
yeah.
Theo?
Oh, I've actually considered doing this.
Who would you start with? What would you do? What's move number one? Straight out the door, grind set, activated.
My first steps in this, because I've considered doing this actually, would be to talk to my grandparents.
Okay.
Because I feel like they are the people in my family who I talk to the most often, who have the longest reach of memory. Like personal experience. Like they remember shit that my parents weren't alive for, and they know people who aren't alive anymore like very well and could tell me stories about them with like real pretty close to factual details in terms of when stuff happened and like how things happened. And yeah.
As far as the technical approach go, I think straight off the bat you would really need some proper you would need what am I trying to say? You need a strong approach to your cataloging.
Yes.
Because if you're going to be doing like many, many recordings of various lengths, like you're going to need a hard drive, you're going to need a proper recorder, you're going to need to learn how to do some basic audio editing.
Yeah.
I don't know, shit like that. How do you fucking catalog audio? You can catalog art and writings and stuff, but what do you do with the audio?
You asking me?
I don't know. I know how I do it.
I don't know how to do it.
You don't know how to do it? I don't fucking know. This is a boring question. Dude, don't document your family. Just cut them all off and go live in a shack in the desert.
I have a question.
Maybe rock out some van life. Maybe abandon your family. No documentarian project. Van life.
Interesting.
What's the question?
I have a letter here from Haley.
Oh, Haley.
Yep, from West Virginia.
West Virginia. Okay,
Yep.
okay.
Yeah, a little far away. She asks what our least favorite kinds of art are.
My least favorite.
Like bottom 3.
We're gonna talk some shit right now.
No, just
Haley
like
wants us to talk some shit.
just out of curiosity.
Just out of curiosity.
And top 3 favorite too. She also wrote
Okay,
top 3, bottom 3.
Top 3 straight
Yeah.
off the bat. Number 1. I don't care what advances are made in the world, what changes happen in the world, whatever it is. I will always love just a good fucking painting. You know, I don't give a shit about AI or computers or performance or whatever. I just love a painting
All right.
on canvas.
But like what kind of painting? Like subject matter wise?
I love figurative art. I love portraits. If I'm going to a museum, a massive museum, like infinite collection, all types of different stuff, I'm going to American and European portraits.
Yeah.
That's just my taste. I love that shit a lot.
Okay.
So that's
I
probably
think
my number 1.
I also really like painting, but I think maybe that section of the museum doesn't interest me as much as the like contemporary painting or outsider art kind of like weird compositions, weird subject matter, like hyper contemporary but realistic painting. That's really interesting to me. I don't know if I put that as my number 1, but it's up there. One of my top 3.
Like a kind of like the kind of stuff you'd see at a modern art museum by like painters that are like still alive and working mid-career, figurative artists.
Yeah, but
Like
not
a
necessarily.
Candy Wiley
But
kind
like,
of thing.
yeah.
I like that shit.
Or even
Love
if it's
that
something
shit.
older, just something that's out of the norm like that is not like a standard piece you would see. Just like fun, interesting subject matter, or something that has like maybe text incorporated.
Yeah. My least favorite kind of art, and I'm probably going to alienate maybe some people, but like I just can't fuck with like really like damn, should I go there? I just don't know how I feel about hyper conceptual installation.
Really?
Yeah.
It depends.
I don't know, like when it's just like a I don't know, like a piece of plastic like just on the floor and there's like a book written about it, about what it means. I'm like, come on, man. Like I appreciate the writing. I appreciate the thought, the philosophy, and like I almost just wish conceptual art like that was just a piece of writing.
Yeah.
Because that's where the core content is coming from. And I fuck with that. And I appreciate the work that goes into that. But when the technical execution is like minimal, is like nothing. Like there's nothing was created or manipulated or disturbed or nothing happened, but there's like this infinite, planning around. I'm like, what am I looking at?
So I actually find this interesting that you're saying this because I think this relates to a project that you were doing recently where maybe
what was it?
Maybe the function of that piece being correlated to that writing is to put it in a physical space to garner more of an audience that would go to an event rather than purchasing the book. Similar to
my playlist album.
Dude, that was so funny.
It's not a mixtape. It's a Spotify playlist on a CD.
I feel like you need to issue a formal apology to Joe Manchin for that. That was so funny. I saw that post.
Shout out to Joel.
So, alright, for those who aren't on Facebook, Brian posted a photo a few days ago of a pile of mix CDs that they burned that were in sleeves that had like art on them and handwritten like track listings of a bunch of songs that they've written
the track listing
from a bunch of different albums. Yeah, it was printed.
Not
fine.
Handwritten.
Okay, whatever. It was a mix CD. It was a pile of mix CDs of their music. And they were like, this is this new thing that I'm trying out. It's a bunch of, I forget how the caption was actually worded, but it was like kind of an interesting thought. This is a physical manifestation of a Spotify playlist. Kind of weird. What do you guys think? And Joel Manchin, friend of the podcast,
Black Market Therapy, shouts out,
comments and was like, so I'm confused. It's a mix CD? And Brian says, no, it's a Spotify playlist.
All right, so what the fuck? I mean,
so I call Brian.
You've done.
And I'm like, what does this mean? Why are you gaslighting Joel on Facebook?
I'm not gaslighting.
And then Brian proceeded to explain the concept to me, which made a lot of sense. It was actually really interesting. But the Instagram post did not capture. Do you want to explain it? I feel like we have to explain it.
Listen. I don't know about the story and narrative you're trying to concoct around my disturbed behavior, as you put it.
As I put it.
But my idea, okay, in this day and age, with DIY artists releasing music, we are all using music distribution services like DistroKid. That's like pretty much the primary one, the industry standard for DIY artists. Is you upload your fucking music onto DistroKid.
Yeah.
And then DistroKid, after a few weeks of processing, puts your new album on Spotify, it puts it on iTunes, it puts it on whatever the fuck, Amazon Music or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And then you fucking, I don't know, post about it all over the place. It goes, I don't know, whatever. That's just the way it goes.
Yeah.
But my idea was, I don't want to release a new album. I don't want to do a reprint of an album that I've already released.
Yeah.
I want to make a new album that is just a collection of the best songs that I've released from every album that I have already uploaded to distribution services.
Yeah, like a greatest hits.
Yeah, like a greatest hits thing. And instead of taking all of those WAV files and re-uploading them as a new to DistroKid as a new album to be distributed to all of these platforms, it is a Spotify exclusive playlist where they're all just listed on my Spotify artist page as an artist playlist of the greatest hits from all my albums.
Which is really intelligent in terms of streams, because then you, instead of routing all of that new traffic to a new album and having to grow from the bottom again, you're redirecting those plays to the existing album, adding to the play count that already exists.
And thank you. And like another thing too is that like as far as the physical copies of this, I burned all of those CDs. I burned that playlist onto a number of CDs.
Mm-hmm.
The CDs are not even meant to be fucking listened to because people aren't listening to CDs.
Interesting.
They are meant to be given to people. It has a QR code on the back of the CD. You scan the QR code and it takes you to the Spotify playlist.
Very conceptual.
Okay?
Oh, why you're being a hater?
Really shut the fuck up. Because we also live in a world where there's a kind of independent, rising type of creator. Maybe not a lot of people know about this type of person yet, but I fucking do, and I respect this grind that these people are doing. It is the Spotify playlister. These are people that curate music, they curate independent music, new stuff, different tastes. They make playlists, they put a piece of art up, and they go on TikTok and they promote these playlists. They say, hey, I just fucking found out about all this dope music. Here's a collection that I put together. Go listen.
That's cool.
It's not even their fucking music. It's just, they're just music curators and they're promoting good music. So I'm kind of taking a note from those people who are playlisting and making shit like that and trying to connect that type of idea to, people in the real world, because another thing too, that a lot of young artists fuck up, a mistake a lot of young artists make, is they make their creations and all of their artwork accessible only in an ecosystem that them and their peers understand. Because it's like Bandcamp, for example. Like when Bandcamp in 2013 and 14, we were only using Bandcamp.
Yeah.
There was every DIY artist, every fucking band, everybody who was trying to do anything was putting all their music on Bandcamp. And there was not an old person on the planet that knew how to fucking use Bandcamp.
Yeah.
Everyone was like, what the fuck is Bandcamp? Do you have a CD? Do you have a tape? I don't know what fucking Bandcamp is.
Yeah.
But all of us back in 2013 and 14 put all of our fucking money on Bandcamp, not literally, figuratively, putting all our music up there, whatever. Now we're in a similar position where everybody under, 50 or 60, or everybody under 60 years old is on streaming services.
Yeah.
Everybody uses Amazon Music, fucking Apple fucking Play, Spotify, whatever. But there is still a portion of the world, or potentially even older folks, who are still rocking out the CDs. They're still collecting CDs. They have a fucking Blu-ray DVD collection.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I'm like, what if we try to build the bridge between these two ecosystems of people still collecting physical CDs.
Well, not even just that, but I feel like there's been a wave also of maybe younger people, like in our like little cousins age group, that are in their like teens or like late teens, that are part of the like Y2K romanticism movement. Like not necessarily the like indie sleaze kids, but the people that are into like 2002 to 2008 aesthetics that have CD collections in the way that when we were in high school we had record collections. Like that's a
I see
thing.
what you're saying. Yeah,
That's a thing right now.
that's funny.
And I think that it's like kind of trendy. It's interesting thinking about the merging of these mediums, but I also think that's very interesting.
Well,
that
here's
you don't
another
like
fucking weird ass idea. What if you tried to promote a YouTube video
Mhm.
or a short film you released only online with a DVD?
That'd probably suck.
No, I don't know if it would. I don't know that would, because if you had a short film that you uploaded directly online and it was available for free for everybody, what's wrong? Why are you making that face at me? You hungry?
Are we going to Wendy's?
Oh, fuck that. No. No Wendy's. I love Wendy's. I love you, Wendy's. I want to eat that food.
Well, we have to.
Let's go get food.
Okay, yeah, but
But I just figured,
The Last of Us is on soon.
oh my God, relax. I'm making a point about YouTube.
No,
I think that would be honestly a fucking good idea. Okay, here's an idea. You make a short film. It's a serious film. You put some money into it. You put a lot of work in it.
Yeah.
It's 36 minutes long. You put it out on YouTube. It's got 70 views.
Yeah.
What if you make a business card for that fucking movie that just has the movie title, a picture, some information about the movie, and then on the back of it is a QR code that takes you to the YouTube link, and you hand out that fucking QR code to people in the real world that are actually meeting you and looking at you, and you say, yo, I made a fucking short film, and they say, oh my God, how do I fucking blah, 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 blah. And you say, here's my fucking card, scan that shit and watch it.
Do you remember?
That's a fucking good idea, and if anybody thinks so, your head's in the sand. Everyone, if you don't believe me, fuck you.
Do you remember that when records had their like second wave heyday in like 2014, 2015, that the standard record that you would purchase would come with a poster and a discount code for merch and a free digital download code to the album? That was how it was set up. You would get the record, but you would also get all digital merch with the purchase.
I mean, I remember that, and that was a thing, but like, I think that might have been a little bit short-sighted for those people, because I think that might have even been late to be downloading MP3s.
That's true.
Like, I think that those people but here's the thing that I'm saying though, is that like, there's this constant push and pull between a musical tour existing to sell records, or the records existing to sell tickets to the music tour, or toys existing to promote a kids movie, or a kids movie existing to promote toys.
Yeah. Like,
there's this push and pull between product and media all the time. And that's kind of what we're talking about. And when our products are only intellectual and immaterial, it's just like, at the end of the day, in your fucking heart of hearts, you are not going to make any fucking money selling CDs.
Yeah.
It's a pointless entrepreneurial endeavor. You're not going to make shit trying to sell your fucking EP. But you're going to make a real impact on your artistic future and your fucking cultural footprint by making people aware of that in intelligent ways.
Yeah. Promoting
on social media is where it's all at. Everyone's talking about TikTok, algorithm, blah, blah, blah bullshit. But I've never fucking I don't see when people spam links to me, I don't go, oh great, some new content. Let me check it out. No. I say, dude, fuck off, and I unfollow the person.
Yeah.
But if I meet somebody and I look them in the eyes and I can smell their, them and see them and they're there and
smell them.
Like it's a real person in front of me and they say, hey, I'm an artist and I made this thing. Yeah. Here's the link. And they hand me a little piece of paper that's the link.
Yeah, I will scan that shit.
I'm like, dude, you know what? You're kind of cool. You got a weird vibe and you got a weird business card that's promoting a YouTube video.
Yeah.
I like you.
Yeah. You ever walk down the street?
Listeners, do it. Do it. You want to be smart? Do what we're telling you to do.
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry, Theo. What were we going to say?
Well, I was just going to say, if you ever walk down the street and you see a poster with a QR code with no further information, I immediately scan those when I see them every single time.
I do a lot too. Yeah. That'd be a really good way to steal someone's identity, is to just put some fucked up phishing phishing scam and a QR code.
I always
just
think
sticking
that.
around a city.
I always think that, then I'm like, fuck it, I do it anyway. Yeah, I don't know.
Man, we got some plans tonight. We got things to do, and we need to eat a meal because we're both hungry, and it's nighttime. But this episode isn't really done.
How long has it been?
It's 40 minutes.
Ooh, it's a little long for Patreon, a little short for the Spotify.
Yeah, it is. I have an idea. We could pause this and eat and do whatever we're going to do, and then record on the way to watching The Last of Us.
Yeah, but we have 2 cars.
Ah!
I know.
Dude,
I know.
what the fuck, Theo?
Listen, I don't know, dude. I don't know.
I always forget about that aspect.
It fucking sucks.
Our 2-car fucking tag bullshit that we do.
Yeah, well, we can.
Well,
maybe
we
we move in together and it'll stop.
Yeah, I know.
Brian.
Come on. Or we can make our way down there with the 2 cars, hop into 1 car, record an ending segment to this episode.
In Plymouth?
Yeah. And then go do the thing, because Last of Us isn't on till 9.
That's true.
So we do have time to do both, as long as it doesn't take us like 2 hours to eat right now.
We can also record in my room. We don't have to drive around.
Yeah, that part's less important, but But I'm just saying, like, I think we could finagle this so that we have time to finish this episode.
Yeah. Well, we also have another episode we need to record today too. Ha 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 ha.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, the one about your artist talk.
Yeah.
Oh, congratulations on that.
Woo! Thank you.
You just fucking screamed. I love that you have a mic. All right.
Me too.
Let's pause this. Blah, 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 musical transition.
Do 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 do.